Hello there. So just wanted to give you a little morning hello here. It's been a while since I did some live streams and I don't really like that, so let's change it. I'm sitting here outside this lovely 5G stone. Can you see and hear me? Somewhat of a connection issue. So awesome to see you, man. It's I find myself being so busy recording all these clips and working on my courses that I just time to just speak to you guys seems to be gone, and that's kind of crappy. I don't like that, so let's change that. Yeah, so it's summer finally here in Sweden, but these summers actually reminds me of the summers of my childhood, before climate change really had a visible impact, and we just the average summer day was rainy and cold, but it was still better than winter. These days we're having almost like Mediterranean Spanish summers or something here. I don't know. It's crazy, but I of course I like the warm weather, but it's also a bit scary. So yeah, hopefully connection is restored. I don't know. I don't think Instagram doesn't like the idea of me live streaming again. But yeah, I'm sitting here outside. It's really nice. I was trying to think a little bit about how I can. We got Thanon13 here. What's up, my man? How you doing? Thank you for following me. Thank you for being around. So yeah, I'm trying to think a little bit about coming content for you guys. It's always a challenge, kind of, to be. You don't want to repeat yourself too often, but I have the opposite problem. I think I should repeat myself a bit more often. It's like if I do record one thing, it's like, no, I can never record that again, or that style of thing again. So then I tend to just do something very opposite, which I'm crap at. So yeah, Thanan, I am awesome. Thanks so much, man. You are awesome for following me. No, really, man, that means the world. It wouldn't be very fun to hang around here if people didn't really care. So it's really awesome to have you guys check me out. Yeah, so I think that's a lesson to be learned. Don't be afraid of repeating yourself, because as you're repeating yourself, you're perfecting what you're doing. So if you have a favorite lick, instead of doing like me, being a little pissed off every time I play, it's like, oh man, I always play that lick. I should stop playing that lick. And that's really a bad idea. It's much better to think of, oh, I like this lick so much, I play it all the time. How can I develop it? How can I make it sound in a different way? How can I kind of reuse this technique and concept and play something else? I think that's the kind of smart move here, and I try to do that a lot because it's faster. It's a faster way to progress. Instead of thinking, oh man, I can never do my favorite lick again, I play it too often, everybody just gets tired of it. Instead of thinking like that, it's like, well, how can I reuse this? How can I use this lick, which I totally master, which I never fail at, and which I totally recognize the sound and rhythm of? How can I use that in a different context to make it sound different, so that I learn something new without having to relearn anything? That's much smarter. So I'm trying to practice what I preach here, which is a little bit hard, but whenever I do this, that's usually when I stumble upon something really cool. When I take something that I know really well and turn it into something new. That's awesome. So what I tend to do instead, which is the crappy way, is to, just try to learn something new. And that's going to take you 10 more years. So it's useless. It's like a project forever. So don't do that. Learn from my mistake, kids. Here's a boomer telling you what to do. No, just kidding. It's funny. How do you know when you're a boomer? Where's the age limit? Is it like when you're on the wrong side of 40? Is that when you're a boomer? And when do you end? When are you no longer a Generation Z? Gen Z? Is that how you say? I'd like to know. I'd like to know how long ago I missed my train. Just kidding with you guys. So I'm actually going to do something now that's a little slightly scary. I'm going to go with my youngest daughter to remove a teeth of hers. some one far back in the mouth, and then basically that tooth is kind of, I wouldn't say rotten, there's a better word for it, but it's not gonna go well with that teeth, so better take it out in time, you know. And my daughter is about to be 10 years old now, so she's gonna get what's it called? Seduce, you know, the thing where you go a little, like a drug, right? She's gonna drink a little juice, and then she's gonna be woohoo, and then they're gonna fix it for her. That's a little bit scary, but we've actually already done it once, and that went pretty good. So we should be fine. I don't know. Maybe there's different between where the tooth is actually in the mouth, and that can affect things. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm sure the Gen Z can handle it. It's just a boomer that's going to be really scared. But of course, as a parent, you can't allow yourself to, you know, be scared of the dentist in front of your kids, because you're going to instantly give them that. And that's also why I go to the dentist with them, because my wife, I think, is a little bit more scared of the dentist. I've been following you since '08, man. Self-taught through your videos, Donnie, man. That's awesome. Since '08, man. You're one of the old timers. You're self-taught through your videos. Dive bombs, things to play when you suck, man. That's awesome. Those are some classics. You need to send me if you want to, send me a PM with your playing, so I can check it out. Man, that's awesome. So were you there in the Ultimate Guitar days, or '08? Yeah, I think that's when I was teaching at Ultimate Guitar, and I was starting to do a bit of YouTube. I bury all my genitals. I like it. I had this punk song. That was funny, actually. I was playing in a punk band, but they kicked me out. I'm not sure why. I think part of the reason was because I wanted to use all the shreddy stuff, the whammy bar. I did these whammy screams, you know, the ones I do, the whammy bar, and they were like, no, that's not punk, that's 80s metal, we forbid you to play this stuff. And of course that was extremely provoking for me, you know. I had to, because I was forbidden to do it, I had to do it all the time, so it didn't work out. However, I ended up recording this video, the one you're speaking about, Bury All My Genitals. It's called Collection of Sins, and you can still find the track on YouTube. I ended up recording a punk song where I did some singing, and then the solo, I finally got to start it the way I wanted, with that whammy scream. So I guess I should thank them for, you know, being fired. Otherwise I wouldn't have written that track, and I'm really happy with that track. It was one of the first tracks, I think, that I started to sound like a real song, where I did some singing. It was pretty cool. It's awesome song still to this day. So Donnie, are you into punk, or is it just that specific song? It's a little bit punky. Of course, what came after that track, I recorded more like rock and metal stuff. And I'm not really a big fan of punk, I guess. Well, I like a bit of Green Day and Offspring, if that's punk, and of course Nirvana. That's more like commercial punk. I don't listen to the Ramones, stuff like that, and like on the smaller kind of, what's the word for that, indie death metal. Okay. Gent, deathcore, melodic death metal, and my punk song. I mean, that's really flattering. That's awesome, man. So Donnie, that makes me even happier to have you as my follower, man. Okay, those are my jams those days. Okay, so you did play a lot of gent, deathcore, and death metal. 7-string drop A, cool. I still haven't got a extended range or a multi-string guitar. I should definitely get myself one at some point. It's just, I don't know. Thing is, when I solo and do stuff like that, then I would rather have like a 5-string guitar, like less strings. And the times when I riff and start, writing riffs or even writing songs, I never find myself like, oh man, I wish I had another string down there. I don't know why. It's just like, if I ever get those thoughts, all I do is just down tune and I'm happy. So yeah, it's funny how that goes. But someday maybe, and I guess I would love to try some 7-string guitars, because I figure they can get really bulky. You really want to find one that feels okay. But I also hate going to guitar stores, man. Plus the guitar stores in Stockholm, they're kind of, how do you say, drained out. There isn't much left. Everybody orders online, so I'm not even sure. I guess you're happy if you can find 3 or 4 models of extended range. I don't know. Like I said, I've been to a guitar store in ages, so yeah, some point. I think it's far away. Maybe before I get an extended range or 7-string guitar, I'll probably build myself a guitar, because I've wanted to do that for a long time. Oh, I'm sure you will come up with killer stuff. So, you know, I always wanted to buy myself like a cheap guitar kit, a building kit. Not because I expect it to be an amazing guitar. Well, I guess it could be cool as well, but just because I think that would be an important step to, you know, maybe start ordering good parts from Warmoth and putting that kind of guitar together. I've always wanted to do that, but it requires more time. Cool, I gave you much ideas on songwriting. Man, that's awesome to hear. Yeah, I did some YouTube videos also back in the days where I spoke more about songwriting. I haven't done that in a while. What I did recently was actually the riff class course, where I do speak quite a bit. That's more like a beginner perspective though, but you know, basically the harmony that goes on writing riffs and stuff like that. But it's a cool thing. Maybe I should do more of that, actually. Came to think of it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, actually, I have to say that this will need to be a short session, because we're going to the dentist now in just like 15 or 20 minutes, and I have to start, you know, preparing myself. But I plan on doing more. I mean, less of the uploading 1 million shorts, and maybe more of like these longer videos, because I feel that with the shorts I totally lose connection with you guys. It's really time consuming, and I barely have time to check the comments, just producing like a madman. But I have to find a cool format. So if you guys have any suggestions what you'd like me to cover, that'd be awesome. Just shoot. I'm really all ears. In fact, I just designed like a whole course I worked on for weeks, just following one request. So I am very inspired by your request. So just shoot. Bury all the tooth. I like it. That's good. Maybe I'll come up with some kind of catch line for that when I'm at the dentist now in 30 minutes. Cool, Donnie. So thanks so much for tuning in, man. It's been awesome to speak to you, and thanks so much for following me for all these years. It really means a lot. Love you, man. And I hope to see you soon again. See ya. Cheers.